Hey everyone, welcome back. If you haven't watched episodes 1 and 2 yet, check them out on my channel first. Episode 1 covers Noah's reincarnation and his cheat ability, while episode 2 shows him gaining the singer Alachi and the magical armor. Now let's dive into episode 3. The episode starts with Noah getting dressed by his maids. He's informed that he has a guest, Dead Marley, the Governor General of Halja. Noah recognizes him as an up-and-comer from his fief Almeria. The episode gives us some context. The royal family has a custom of granting fiefs to princes so they can learn about government affairs. The people of each fief revere their prince lord almost like a monarch. Dead Marley was born in Almeria, Noah's fief, but now works in a land called Halja. When they meet, Marley is extremely respectful and formal. Noah tells him to relax and have a seat. This is their second meeting. They first met about a year and a half ago when the emperor appointed Marley as governor general. Noah asks Marley how things are going. He recalls that Marley was given an imperial order to manage flood control in Halja. But Noah can immediately see that things aren't going well. Here's the situation. Halja is a fertile grain-producing region located in the bend of a large river, but it suffers from occasional flooding. The emperor appointed Marley, who's from Almeria, home of the Water clan, hoping he could stabilize the region with his water magic expertise. But there's a problem. Marley hasn't received any funding. He can't do the flood control work without money, and the home ministry keeps making excuses about why they can't release the funds. Noah immediately understands what's happening. He tells Marley to follow him. Noah marches straight into the Ministry of Finance to confront the minister. The minister is surprised by the unexpected visit from Prince Noah. Noah gets straight to the point. Marley told him that the ministry has been delaying the distribution of funds. The minister denies this, saying there's a very good reason for it. Noah cuts him off. If you're going to say a child wouldn't understand, be silent. The minister, now nervous, tries to explain. He says that Halja suffered flood damage last year, and the kind emperor granted them a whole year of tax exemption because his heart hurt for them. The minister's argument is that since they didn't have to pay taxes, they should have leftover money to use for flood control. Noah immediately sees through this BS logic. He asks, "Are you belittling me?" Noah explains the flaw. They had a flood, so the emperor gave them a tax exemption. Why? Because they had no money to pay. That itself is the core of the issue. You talk as if they have that money. The minister, now sweating, admits the real reason. They can't send money right now because they're using it to build the emperor's summer retreat. It's going to be a royal villa, which means building an entire city, and that requires a vast amount of money. But Noah turns this argument against him. He says the minister is committing a grave crime against the royal family. By saying this flooded region needs flood control, but we're building a villa, so we can't spare the money. The minister is essentially calling the emperor a fool who would prioritize a vacation home over helping disaster victims. Noah asks, "Do you take my father for a fool?" The minister panics and denies it completely. Noah gives him a choice. Then distribute the funds, or shall I go and appeal to the emperor myself? The minister immediately caves and promises to supply Halja with funding right away. He orders his subordinates to make it top priority. Back in Noah's carriage, Marley is amazed. He praises Noah's negotiation skills, saying Noah caught the minister in his contradictions with verbal mastery. Marley is ashamed that he put Noah in this position. But Noah realizes something. Marley came to him because, as a prince, Noah could force the demands through. Marley was using Noah's authority strategically. Marley says he'll hurry back to proceed with the flood control measures. But Noah has a different idea. He wants to visit Hal himself. When they arrive at a party in Halja, Noah meets various nobles and merchants. At the party, a merchant named Byron Allen approaches Noah. Byron is impressed by Noah and wants to work with him. Byron offers Noah some advice about a merchant named Damian Noble who's been making shady deals. Byron suggests they could work together to investigate. Noah tests Byron by asking specific questions about his business. Byron passes the test, showing he's knowledgeable and capable. Noah decides to make Byron his subordinate. Noah tells Byron, "Know that I will not tolerate betrayal." Byron swears his loyalty, and the moment he becomes Noah's subordinate, Noah's stats increase. Noah thinks to himself that if he keeps gaining subordinates like this, he can get even stronger. But then something shocking happens. One of Noah's stats goes down. His water stat drops from SS to S. Noah immediately realizes what this means. Has something happened in Almeria? He urgently tells Zoe they're going to see the Emperor immediately. He orders the driver to head for the palace right now. At the palace, Noah tells the Emperor there's been a change in Almeria. The Emperor asks how Noah knew. Noah explains he noticed the signs, his stat drop, though he doesn't tell the Emperor that part. The Emperor is impressed and confirms it. There has been a rebellion in Almeria. The Emperor asks Noah how large he believes the rebellion is. Noah analyzes his stat change. His SS dropped to S, which looks like it dropped by half, but in reality it only went down by one rank out of several. So Noah concludes the rebellion is small in scale at the moment. The Emperor confirms Noah is correct. The report identified 5,000 rebels. The Emperor asks if Noah has any intention of putting down the rebellion himself. After all, it's Noah's own fief. But Noah declines. He says he's still young and unfamiliar with combat. He doesn't know if soldiers would listen to him. He thinks it should be one of his older brothers. The Emperor is surprised. He expected Noah to jump at this opportunity. He notes that Noah looked at the situation objectively before refusing. The Emperor agrees and asks which brother Noah would recommend. Noah suggests Henry, the fourth prince. His reasoning: with such low numbers, the orthodox approach is to suppress them head-on. Henry is the most prudent of his brothers, so Noah believes Henry is up to the task. The Emperor agrees and summons Henry immediately. Later, as Noah is riding in his carriage, someone asks if he's sure about giving up this opportunity. The Mir's empire is a nation of warriors, so a great achievement in battle could benefit Noah's standing. But Noah says he's not well learned enough for sudden deployment. Even if he survived, many soldiers would likely die in vain. He's being calm and collected as always. Suddenly, Leviathan reacts. There are enemies nearby. Noah orders the carriage to stop. Assassins attack. They're water users, Almerian rebels. They're after Noah specifically. Noah draws Leviathan and fights them off. He's incredibly skilled, easily defeating multiple attackers. The rebels are shocked that a child can be this strong. After the fight, Noah's brother, who was in the carriage with him, comments that Noah has gotten even stronger in just a few days. Noah reveals something interesting: he didn't kill the assassins. He cut them down, then used Leviathan's power to knock them unconscious. He explains that people like these are too likely to kill themselves, so he made sure to capture them alive for interrogation. Noah's brother mentions that the rebel army is centered around cavalrymen. This is strange because Almeria doesn't have a strong supply of war horses. This gives Noah an idea. He calls in Byron Allen and tells him about the rebellion, warning him that he's dead if he tells anyone. Noah gives Byron 10,000 rein and orders him to purchase all the horse feed in the fief immediately. Byron asks if he should also secure standard rations for soldiers, but Noah says no, they don't need them. Here's Noah's brilliant strategy: war horses are not raised in Almeria. According to Henry's information, the rebels purchased horses from elsewhere. There's only so much horse feed they could steal from citizens. If they took the soldiers' rations too, the rebels would start looting from the people. But by buying up all the horse feed, Noah can starve the rebel cavalry's horses without harming civilians. Byron is amazed by this strategy and rushes off to execute it. The episode ends with Noah thinking to himself, This should make it a bit easier for my brother to fight.